YouTube? This is Bub's Comics coming at you with a quick comic haul. This past weekend was the 127 yard sale. So what the 127 yard sale is, it's one of the largest yard sales in the country. I think it might be the largest annual yard sale in the country. It goes all the way down Highway 127. I say highway because it's like, you know, it's a one-lane road for a good portion of it. But it happens to go right through my town. I think it originated in Jamestown, Tennessee. But it since has expanded. I'm pretty sure it goes all the way down to Georgia and starts up in maybe Ohio or Indiana or something like that. So it's pretty big. It's pretty long. And normally it's a pretty big event. This year, of course, it has been less of an event. We were hearing a lot that there were going to be a few less vendors this year, a few less attendees. But it's all outdoors. A lot of people wearing their masks. So anyway, it was what it was. But it was a little less than usual. So my goal this year was to find just something. Just a big book. A book that I was going to be just knock your socks off, glad to have for the price I got it, and I did it. So let's get into the haul. First off, the very first yard sale we went to was only about a block away from my house. I don't live on that road, but I live just a road off it, so it's very close. And I found a set of prints, a set of 3 prints signed by the artist for $1. All total was $1. So let's make me small and get to the haul. Look out! Wow! There we go. All right. So first up, we have this print of Wolverine. Check that out. Is that not killer? And I'm loving that. It's pretty tall too. It's 11 by 17 print. Look at that Wolvie face. That's tough. Now, I'm pretty sure that I have seen this mark before. I don't know whose it is, but I've definitely seen that before. I don't know if it's a local artist that I've come across here or not, but I've definitely seen that before. So if anybody in the chat knows or whatever, the chat, if anybody out there in YouTube land knows this artist, it is signed, but of course you can't make out the signature. Very high quality print, nice glossy stock. It's very cool. So that was the one that was up front. So that's what drew me to it right away. And it looked like this lady had, cleaned out her kid's room or something. That's honestly what it looked like. And that might be why I recognize it, because there's a couple of conventions that are not too far away, about an hour and a half away or so. And so I feel like I've seen this insignia before at a convention. So it's probably a local convention. And next we got the Flash, same artist. Also signed. Look at that. That's amazing. The Wolverine drew me in. I didn't get to pull out the other ones because I didn't want to be real, So I just kind of peeked through to see what else was there. Check out that Flash. I love how his eyes have the lightning bolts. Isn't that cool? All right, they've got a few bends, but nothing color breaking. I might go ahead and throw them in the press before I frame them. And check out that Deadpool. That one's going to be for my son. Isn't that amazing? Just an old school, gnarled up Deadpool face. Man, that is really, really, really good. I mean, that's just amazing. So there's my quick little prints that I picked up. Again, $1 for all 3. They were in a little cellophane pack. Looked like the lady had cleaned out her room. There were all kinds of posters. Unfortunately, they were mostly creased up or the corners ripped off from tape and stuff. So this was the best stuff that came out of that room. So glad to have it. Super cool, man. I just absolutely love it. Looks like somebody had bought them and then never framed them or never put them up. So a couple of bends and stuff here and there, but very minor. You can barely see it. When it's in a frame, you really won't see it. And I may press it before then. So there you go. There's my 3 prints. Next, don't go away. We got a big book coming up. Here is The Little Mermaid. So what happened with this was we were going around this long yard sale. It's all the way down the road. People set up on both sides. Traffic's ridiculous. Locals hate it. It's great stuff. And I kept digging in these Disney bins. And my wife's like, what are you looking for in these VHSs? And I'm looking for The Little Mermaid, because on the cover of the original Little Mermaid VHS, it's got supposedly, right, or at least people complained about, these phallic symbols drawn all over the background. And so we were at one place and she said, "Hey, is this what you're looking for?" And I hadn't even told her exactly what it was. I just said, "Look out for the Little Mermaid case, the original Little Mermaid case." I hadn't told her why yet at that point. But there it is, the Little Mermaid. So now this image is actually mirrored. So the original VHS case has the dad over here and Ursula over there, and they're flipped. Mermaid and, I don't know, Dude, I don't know what his name, and Flounder or whatever the fish's name is. So it's flipped. It's a mirror image, but the main image is still there that got them in so much hot water, is all those little shiny phallic symbols. They said. So that was complained about by, whatever, the pearl clutchers of America complained about that. So that's what happened there. All right. So it was very cool to find that book. I can't find anything out about this book. All I know is that the later editions, because I think this came out in like 97 or something, and the later editions all have a different cover. So this one came in like a blister pack with, I think, a cassette tape of some sort. So that's what that's about. So I hope y'all appreciate that. I was stoked to have it. I mean, my little Innuendo world, that's pretty cool. So, all right, and here it is. And I paid $3 for that book, and it's estimated, it's in rough shape. If it was in better shape, it'd be about a $30, $35 book. So, but not bad for $3. Check this one out. Same place I got this. I was going, we were going to turn around. We got to one of the county lines where there's a big dead stretch. Every year there's like nothing for several miles until it starts back up again. So I said, let's turn around and go back. It had been a long day. I was already exhausted. Picked up a couple of other things non-comic related too. And she was like, well, there's a good spot to turn around over there. I was like, oh, fine, because it was across the line. I was like, all right, fine. So we go across the line, and we start turning around, and I see a sign as a building, and there were some tables there. I was like, well, let's just stop and see what's here. And we kind of roll slowly through there. We weren't really interested in any of the tables. They didn't look like they had anything we liked. But then there was a sign that said old dolls and toys. I was like, what is that? So I said, let's go in. If they have old dolls and toys, maybe they got comics. So we went inside. We did a quick perusal around, and there were tons of toys and vintage stuff. It was really cool. Board games and puzzles and all this kind of kid, and some just straight nostalgic stuff. Some Time magazines and Teen Beat and all this kind of stuff. So it was fun stuff. And there were comics spread out here and there, kind of thrown around, kind of magazine style. Nothing bagged and bordered or anything that serious. And then, so I'm going through, there was a little short stack of Dells that was like in a little magazine rack, and I'm digging through the Dells, and they had, nothing I was into, some older Dell stuff, not even any of the TV shows that I liked. So I was digging through there, and then I saw it, and it was in a gallon-sized Ziploc bag with a staple on it to keep it shut, and it said $3 on it. I couldn't believe it, and here it is, Betty and Me, number 16, the famous Innuendo cover. And it says, Archie, did you have any trouble rescuing me? And it says, I sure did, Betty. I had to beat off 3 other guys. And there they are. So, so this is that little Archie Grail, It matches well with my Rifleman number 10 and my Alf 48 and now the Little Mermaid. So I like picking up these Innuendo covers. The only thing that concerns me about picking these up is that they tend to get pretty expensive. Last year I was at Heroes Con, and I went, and the first booth that I stopped at had this book, and he had it for $150, and it wasn't in as good a condition as this. He had it for $150, and I almost bought it, but it was the first booth. You ever go to a con, you're like, oh man, I don't want to blow my wad the very first booth I get to. So I said, look, I may circle back around if it's still here, I pick it up. He said, well, let me tell you this. This is last year's price for $150. This year I'm going to raise it up to $200. If you don't buy it, it's going to have a $200 sticker on it by the time you come back. I was like, whatever, dude. So I didn't buy it, and sure enough, when I went back to kind of see if it was still there, even still wasn't sure if I was going to buy it. It was $200, and who knows if he sold it, but this book is in better condition than that book was. You know, price wise, it's tough. It's got a color breaking crease right there. The spine is a little bit rough. I did clean it and press it since before this video, so that has been done because it had a spine roll and there was some dirt around the cover. So I cleaned all that up, cleaned up perfectly, took to it really well, and the spine came out perfect. So very happy with this copy of this book. $3. And the reason I mentioned the Heroes Con last year is just because I don't like to spend tons of money for the strictly Innuendo covers. Like, this isn't a book that I would have bought unless it was lower price. Now, the Rifleman 10, I love the Rifleman series. That's one of my favorite Westerns. It is my favorite Western series serial. So that meant more to me. So I paid up for that one. But like the Alf 48 cover, I don't remember what grade it is, an 8.0 or something. I think I paid like $40-50 for that. So, and then this Betty and Me, I paid $3 for that. So to me, the novelty type books, they belong in that lower price range. I hate to spend anything more than $50 or $60 on a book like that, because you never know. Stuff like this, it might not hold value. What if beat off doesn't mean what it means today in 30 years? Then this book is worthless, you know. So anyway, so try and keep that in mind when you're hunting these Innuendo covers. That's my little tip. Don't overpay for stuff that won't be classic. You know, a dad holding a log up to him, to his son. That's classic. That's a joke that'll never die. But this Archie book, it may fall out of fashion. So anyway, that's my quick haul. I hope y'all enjoyed that. We'll catch you next time on BUB'S Comics. Remember to read a comic and don't apologize for the glare. Bye-bye.